Hello, true art believers, and welcome to tonight's live art stream. This is Pierson here. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world, and you are watching 400 Days of Drawing. We're doing Bulbasaur today. Got to catch them all. Enough said. Let's get started. All right. All right, let's get started right now. Boom. All right. Oh, let's see. Let's kind of get it all kind of in the air. Let's begin, shall we? Let's start this shenanigans. So I'm going to draw for a little bit and call it a day. It's a late night. It's always a late night for me. Like there hasn't been a non-late night for me for these. Like it's getting annoying. Actually, it's getting annoying. So I'm just gonna do some flats today. I'm gonna try to get my flats done and then probably blend them together. Um, we'll find out. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I know I like to say we'll see what happens because I just don't have like with art. I never have like a you always I never have like a vision in my head. You always hear like these artists like I just had a vision. I just knew it. Just knew what it was going to be in my head. I just had an idea and it's going to be great. It's going to be the best drawing ever or best painting and best sculpture ever. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have that. I have like a rough idea of things, and then those things are just like we'll just see what happens. I'm like one of those crazy scientists who like do experiments and just kind of find like, well, let's just do this and we'll find out what happens later on. Might be good, it might be bad. We'll see. But yeah, we're gonna do that. We're just gonna see what happens. I don't really have a good explanation to what's going to happen to my drawings ever. I'm just like, it's going to work at it, and then hopefully things come together. Hopefully they may, nothing falls apart, but maybe they will. Maybe they won't. I don't know. So right now I have just doing some erasing the flats here, keeping it simple. And would it would it not would it what was I going to say? Like, would it astound you to know that right there, here, this area really bugs me for some stupid reason that just bugs me. It just does. I don't know why. I can't give you an answer to that. But let me tell you, this is something here. So we're gonna draw for about 30 minutes and then call it a day. It's late for me. I had some things I wanted to do tonight, but it looks like I'm just gonna not do them. I'm just gonna not do them. I'm gonna not do them, and then I'll come back to it tomorrow. Um, yeah, just doing some flats, getting the flats out, like so. This is actually a very boring process, but I've been doing this because I don't know any other way. Like I know some other ways, but like this is a way that like this is a way that I've learned to be, not foolproof, but it like if you're a beginner like me at this type of process or at this type of like digital art, this is a way to kind of standardize the drawing in a sense. So I've kind of created a like standardized drawing test. I don't know. Let's see here. And we're going to do like a something like this. We're gonna make it like a greener. I think we're gonna do like green patches. That's what we're gonna do. We do some green patches here. Let's look at some source material here. I'm gonna do a little quick search. I want to see what like the patches look. I think they're kind of like just like a Yeah, I'm about right. Maybe I'll make the patches a little bit darker. Like these little like. We'll go like we'll just go real dark. How about that? Make it easy. I want to be able to see it. Yeah, so we'll add um, the patches on here, and then we're gonna add some more finer details. Probably label them. Actually, we're gonna let me add like the teeth and gums. Have them in a separate layer, something like that. You know. All right. So we're just gonna fill this in. I think what I'll do is I'll just go a different way. I'll go a different route. I'll just the fill it in like this. Yeah, I'll just fill it in and see how long that takes. It might take too long. I don't know. But these drawings take forever to do. Actually, they wouldn't take as long to do if I was sitting down and doing them in like one go, or doing like one half here and doing the other half later. But because I can only get enough momentum to kind of get started. I'm not getting a lot done in the time frame. You know, that's fine. I'm sure there's faster ways of doing this. I'm actually there is faster ways. I just don't know them, or I'm not accustomed to them, so I'm not going to do them. Why not? That's right. I'm going to blow raspberries. AKA, what it was like, blowing raspberries was like making fart noises or toot noises. If you ever put on subtitles on like on a DVD or any show, and someone goes, it's like they'll like write it out as blowing raspberries. What does that mean? I don't know. All righty. So a very slow process, but it's a very like recreatable. Like doing this is a simple way, a real simple way of like establishing your drawing. All right. We're just gonna add these on real quick, It's really kind of, I'm not saying quick, but quick-ish. Quick-ish. Yeah, see that? Not bad. And then I hope I can get to like some dark tone flats today. We're gonna see what we can do here. We're gonna um, we're gonna see how fast I can get some of this stuff done. But I don't know if I'm gonna get to it. If I get the flats finished, like the main flats, which are these, I'm gonna be a happy camper. I'll be a happy camper. Just be so happy. Just super happy. But if I don't get it done, I won't be as happy, and that's fine too. Whatever. I blow on raspberries. We're looking good though. It's looking good. I'm not dissatisfied with the outcome. My only problem with these Pokemon is like, unlike creating your own character, it's hard to understand like the physical anatomy of these characters. Uh to me, like, how does this character walk? The thing doesn't even have knees. It's like a corgi. Like those dogs, those little tiny little dogs, little bitty stubby legs, and like these long torsos. That like how does this thing walk? Without, like, he's got no knees. It's just straight legs. And you're like, well, don't you want to have it bend, its legs bend and stuff? Like, I don't know, but like I'm trying to I have a hard time understanding like the actual logistics of this as a actual character. And I'm like, oh man, how does this thing work? How does it move? Where's its knees? Um, the legs are so stubby. How does it move? It's got this thick torso. Like, what's it doing? Like, and it's got this giant bulb on the top of its body, and you don't know what it kind of does, like how it moves. And I'm not saying that to kind of like as an excuse, but there is some actual like utility in knowing how they move as like a character or a cartoon. I remember when I was in college and I was taking a sculpture class. We went to the zoo and they gave me like a wax ball and they're like just sculpt, just go ahead and sculpt whatever, you know, go ahead there and go to the zoo and sculpt animals. And you're like, how? Well, you just do them. What you do is you with the wax you're modeling, you're modeling the clay. But what you're doing is observing how those animals move, so you get a sense of their structure when you're modeling them in clay. And it's really quite beneficial. It allows you to kind of understand the forms a little bit better if you understand how things are moving, right? But when you have a cartoon, essentially a cartoon is a made up character, right? But also, not only that, they're not only made up, but like they don't have like an actual structure to them. Like they're like rubber characters, you know? They're just rubber to me. And because I know they're like rubber, it makes it's very hard for me to understand their structure. And I don't know if that's just me as I got older or and more educated, or I actually have to know like the underlining like structure of the creature, of the thing that I'm drawing or modeling. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just making some sort of like weird back excuse to why the drawings are not that good. I don't know. I can't really give you an answer to that, but that's just what I feel is necessary when you're drawing. Or I don't know. It's one of the things that could are beneficial. I don't know if it's the thing. Like it's helpful to know structure, and that's why there's whole anatomy classes, whole figure drawing classes where they like present you different ways of thinking of the figure, like different ways of looking at the figure, and one of those ways is like not just anatomy, but like breaking down the figure into simple like forms, and angles and blocks and geometry. Um, yeah, there's different ways. Like there's a Riley head construction. There's Bridgman studies. There's I think there's a book called Morpho that shows you various ways of like seeing the figure, you know, and I find that very beneficial. I do. I really do. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I think I'm going to do the flats um of the figure, and then I'm going to blend them together. Um we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't have a plan on how I'm going to model the drawing itself. I can see myself getting a little lost with all the layers that's gonna happen with this drawing, because I haven't done this type of drawing in a while, and all I know is from my experience is that layering can get very difficult for me. Yeah, so there we go. We're gonna zoom out. Yep, looking good. Boy, let me tell you, it's a late day. I am I am drop. I've been talking about this for the past few days. I'm dropping the ball. Like I am literally just dropping it. I'm like, I get the ball and drop it. And oh gosh, it's really hitting me hard. No joke. It's hitting my scheduling quite hard, and it's throwing me in a loop. It's rough. That's no joke. It's difficult to um to constantly be. Did I miss those? No, I did not. Trying to do these streams when it's the easy route, really literally the easy route. I'm not being like I'm not trying to be inflammatory, but really the easy route for me is like just like, you know what? Let's just go to bed. It really is. It's like the easiest thing to do. It's so easy. I just feel like I just want to go to bed and just call it a day. Maybe not. I don't know. I look at this. Not bad. It's looking good. Um, let's see what we got to do here. Let's see. We'll add another layer, and we'll just kind of, it's like, wow. We'll add the like some red gums or something, just for some red gums here on a different layer, on its own layer. All right, something like that. And Pokemon, gotta catch them. Oh man, oh man. I'm sorry, I don't want to sing that song, but yeah, looking good. The thing about these Pokemon though is like I'm literally just kind of. It's not a copy of like the image that you find. If you Google Bulbasaur, this looks like all the Bulbasaur drawings that you see in the first Google page. Like literally, they look all the same. They're like all pretty much, the same. There's not really a bunch of variety in them. I mean, you might get a few of them. I'm looking at them right now, but they're all this like 3/4 view. You know, there's one that has a little bit more action to it, but they don't really have a lot of like action to them. Like they don't really show this character in any different type of like form or movement. Alrighty. So now it's time to what time is it? It's time to go here first, and then we're gonna add this tone. Let's start labeling some of this stuff. We're gonna like base skin, maybe. Then dark tone. I don't know. Yeah, I'll do that. Why not? We'll do it this way, and we'll see what happens later on. Okay, so let's think about this briefly. His nose is not in the right place, but I don't have time. I don't want to fix that. We're going to. There we go. Now we're going to see here. So we got it. Yeah, there we go. Take this tone. We'll just make it darker like that. Now we're going to add. I don't know. I'm trying to think about like how. Where the light sources come. I think I'm gonna have like the light source come here, and we're just going to kind of imagine. We're going to kind of imagine the tones here. We're going to imagine like something like this, maybe, and then maybe something like that. Just kind of thinking about like where I'm going to put these flats, so something like this, maybe. Oops. And let's see, something like this. So I'm just adding some flats here, and I'll be kind of like blending them to how I see fit. Um, don't ask me where I'm coming up with this like this color or like this where the shadows coming. I'm just kind of, I hate to say it, kind of improvising it a little bit. Just kind of imagining like where the tones are coming a little. Yeah. So just kind of imagining it. And then we're gonna, this is not gonna look like a cartoon, or at least I anticipate it not looking like a cartoon. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know how, like what way I'm gonna, what kind of like artistic direction it's gonna go. I just know that it's gonna be done sometime with it. I hope it's gonna be done by the end of the week. That'd be great. I'd like to start another one sometime, yeah, sometime by the end of the week. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And here we go. We're gonna have like the shadow. Like do something like this. And then we'll just say that we're just gonna kind of blanket tone this. Right, and then get the eraser, erase these. Press B. Maybe we'll do the same thing there. We'll just have this kind of like this. Yeah. And yeah, something like that. Just kind of add these here. Actually, add this like, let's do this right now. Why not? And then maybe even, there we go. Something like that will be good, I think. I think that'll be good for the start. Now, what we're going to do is, let's see here. So it's looking pretty good, even though all I've done is flats, and then I'm going to start blending them together. I don't know how I'm going to blend them together, though. Um, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out when I get to it. Alrighty then. Now we go to this, and this is the bulb. I'm gonna call it the bulb. Or let's call it the onion. I'm late. I'm gonna call it the onion, and we're just gonna add another layer on top. Call it dark tones, and really, this is going to be really simple for me. Just kind of take this color, and we're just gonna maybe move it to the left or right, and kind of. Actually, I'm gonna move it more to the right of my color wheel, and we're just gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna do something like this. See, it's gonna be something like that. Yeah. Very simple. Maybe even add like something like that, and then we'll add some highlights, and then we're gonna yeah, leave it like that. I'm not trying to overthink it. That's what I typically do with these is I'll like overthink it, and we don't want that when we're working on this stuff. We just want to kind of keep it simple. Where are we now? What are these? Oh, I will call color patches. I don't even know what they are. I'm getting so many layers now that I don't know what is what. So I'm gonna like label them. And here we go. Press N. And whoa, zooming out like crazy. We don't need that. Stop that. And now we're going to do something like, we'll do something like that. Maybe, and why not? Do that. Add this here. Just little, real simple dark tones. And yeah, I think that's that. You got a little bit dark light tones here, dark tones here. Yeah, and then let's see. What's next? What's this layer? Eyes. We'll layer eye whites. I like the irises or the whites of the eye. So we're just gonna oops, don't want that. Let's do like a dark tone. Maybe, we'll see. Let's just do a dark tone on these. Just to be easy, simple, you know, and then maybe even have dark tones in here. And then that way, when we add white, it's going to be more pronounced. And then reds. Oopsie daisy, stop. Red eyes. I labeled them red eyes. Now, what is this? What's this layer do? Oh, those are the teeth. I almost put teeth and guns, but I meant to put teeth and gums. I just labeled them that way. So I can kind of manage them. They're kind of getting a little, it's getting a little chaotic, to be honest with you. There's a lot of like things happening. And it's just like so many things kind of happening. Like that. Do something like that so that, I mean, this is all going to be fixed later on. I just want to have like something going on. Now, we got to go back and we're going to add some highlights to it. And we're going to see what happens after that. You know? I mean, as a cartoon, this makes a pretty nice looking cartoon visually. You know, it's very simple, but I think we're gonna go a little bit better than that. So we're gonna add another layer to. Oopsie daisy! Why is it doing that? Another layer to my skin, and we're gonna call it the highlight, the light tones. Or I only have a few more minutes, so I'm probably gonna just do the light tones of the skin here. So it's just gonna be like, you know, stuff like that. Like, and here's what I'm doing that you're not noticing. You won't notice is I'm color testing the color, but I'm moving it left or right on my color wheel so that it's not just a brighter version of this teal. So there's actual like there's there is a color variety that you're just not seeing. You know, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Again, a lot of this is gonna like be cleaned up, or it's gonna be cleaned up. and changed along the way. But yeah, I think that might be. I think that's it for the day. I think I got a lot done in a short amount of time, and I'm really kind of happy with what's happening with it right now. You know, I'm kind of happy how it's turning out. You know, but yeah, that's it for the day. Let's call it a day. I'm gonna press the E button. I'm gonna erase this right here, or erase this. Zoom, and it is. Let's press B. Take this, and we're gonna go day two, three, 300. I was like still on like 200, 317. That is it. Pretty good day. Not bad. I'm really quite happy with it. With the progress. Um, I'm going to be a little bit fearful these next few days because I haven't done this stuff in such a long time, and I was like, "What do I do? I don't know what I'm doing." Like there's this what's the scene from this movie? I don't know. This guy's he's like, "I don't know what I'm doing." I don't know. So that's what I feel like 80% of the time when I'm doing these live streams or when I'm doing these live drawings. I'm like, what is going on? I'm still trying to figure it out. Because it's still, even after all, like doing this for like a year and a half, I'm still like dumb with it. It's really crazy. It's driving me bananas. So that is it for the day. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream and hope you learned a little bit. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you just like hear me banter on about nothing. Anyways, that is it for the day. Wish you all a great day. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful night. Cheers.